Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to Rustoria Base Invaders. We're here again in April with another Rustoria event for you. It's a 5v5 today in Europe. And as you can see behind us, the attack phase has just begun. I'm joined today by Jamerson. How are we doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well, Pat. I'm super excited because it's been some time since I've been able to cast some Rust, and of course here in EU, always showing up. We have something like 24, 23 teams, so today should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it certainly will be. It looks like this is the hard point zone. Yeah, we're going to be getting some points here, and it's often interesting to see how this goes down in the attack phase because sometimes we have a big rush for the hard point, multiple teams, but sometimes one team just holds it the entire way.
And currently, we do have NATO based right outside of the hard point, so putting a lot of focus on this to get early points. And we've seen, teams easily able to skyrocket up to 100, maybe 120 points by the end of the 30-minute attack phase. But currently, it is DMA that have control over this, finding themselves 5 early points. We do have a number of other objectives that will be taking place across the map here throughout the attack phase, but for the time being, we're just going to focus on the hard point.
Yeah, at the moment though, it's actually quite quiet and not something you usually see at the hard point. But NATO, I'm sure, will try and come out and find shots. But yeah, we've obviously got Bradley around and also the helicopters, which drop points with the crates. Obviously, there's usually a battle for them. There's usually a nice feisty battle for the heli crates. Bradley, I don't know, not so much. I think usually, Bradley's sort of like a last-ditch attempt to get some points before going into raid phase. I've even seen Bradley being taken in raid phase as well. So, here's the first helicopter. I'm pretty sure there's 3 in the attack phase. So, multiple chances to get yourself some crate points and a couple of bases around to try and shoot this one down.
We got a better look at the map as well to see where all the teams are situated. So we did have 2 teams that was looked like DMA and NATO that were around the hard point, and then a nice little split amongst the rest of the teams. Half on the western side of the map in the desert, and the other half here on the eastern side over snow over here by Dome. It's gonna be Bomba that's trying to tag this heli, but flying a little low. It looks like the back road has been taken, and depending on where it goes down, this could be a huge fight over these crates.
Yeah, I mean, we very, very, very rarely see a helicopter drop into the compound, right? And I mean, if we see it here, though, it might actually be in the compound.
Right outside of Bomba's base. We got a better look at Bomba's base too. Not
Just
every team being able to complete off their entire base. You got to hope that maybe that's just the outside. That's Twig for Cornpot actually, and yeah, we also saw what was it? NATO's base. Their shooting floor wasn't absolutely completed. But despite that, we do have some really good footprints. Very standard looking bases across the board.
yeah, big, round, exactly what you expect from a base. I mean, inside's the frustrating part for every team. I think doors. I'm expecting to see a deal or no deal scenario as we usually do with the honeycomb base designs inside. But we have actually seen some ridiculously long raids in Base Invaders in the past where teams have been there and it's actually an open door. They just don't check the right door. They're too obnoxious to check the door. They think they have, but they haven't, and they end up missing out on the points. But the teams who tend to do the best are the teams who get lucky. I mean, there's a lot of luck involved in Base Invaders. You've got to pick the right door. You've got to pick the right place where you think the TC could be. Some of them are really good tactical raids when you can pick out some of the weaker bases. That's what the attack phase is usually used for. Just to spot the raids that you want to go for. It looks like Compot have the crates sort of nicely calm and collected outside the base. I'm not sure if anyone's going to challenge them, as it is literally next door to them at the moment, just outside the gate and to the left, or to the right rather. But yeah, no, I think these bases are going to be hopefully better by the time the raid phase comes, or this is going to disappear in seconds.
Yeah, I mean, going back to that point, I think the important part, like everything in life, is that there's a certain degree of luck to success, but to put yourself into that position, that's the important part, right? To be able to receive that luck, to be able to take advantage of that luck. And so that's what our teams are going to do, right? They're going to try and set up the best raid platforms they can. Once they get in, it's fives. So you can't just have your entire team running in. Someone still needs to be outside, controlling the raid as best as possible. So it's about putting yourself in position to be able to take advantage of that. So we'll see. But again, here in fives, it can be absolutely brutal how quickly a one raid easily just gets defended. So For our teams, they have to be aware of that. They have to make sure that whoever their anchor is on the outside is absolutely solid. They're not just going AFK. They're not just running around and not keeping an eye on anyone that's running in.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a little sneak attack might be launched. It's not actually an area though where there's lots of trees or hills to sort of block off. Here is you've got rocks around. You've got your trees, your forests. Quite a bit to hide behind. Obviously, as well, the walls placed there by DMA, who are actually looking to push onto NATO, and they obviously have the hold of the hard point as well. But I thought it would have been NATO going towards them, not the other way around. It's an interesting NATO here, looking to try and clear them away. DMA may be trying to see the potential target for the first raid of the day for them. Probably just trying to test out how good they are with the guns.
I mean, that was just a really good lurk coming out from Femboy Beamer there. DMA doing a great job of just keeping them contained inside of the base. Remember, it doesn't matter how many people you have on the hard point, just as long as you're not contested. What? Femboy Beamer, the only person who had presence outside. Actually, someone else pushed out from the gate. So they are well contained inside once again. You're probably looking at some timers for them as well. So DMA just getting this largely uncontested, putting them in first place right now with 31 points.
Yeah, it's interesting to see because NATO is a very, very strong team by the looks of things. Where are they? I'm trying to find the team. I'm pretty sure. No, yeah. So this is Jamesy's team. You've got Jamesy, you've got Yogi Bro. You've got players in this team who've been playing the game for a long time, right? You've got veterans, if you will, of Base Invaders history. And I wouldn't expect these guys to go down without a fight. You know, these are the team I'd expect to stay up until the end. I like the base. They've gone very colourful with it. Fair enough to them. It looks a bit like trying out a paintbrush in the interior of that base.
It looks like time just got away from them because they didn't have it completed, right? We had a lot of twig on the shooting floor, and so they're just finishing it off right now. And that meant that they were inside of their base when the attack phase started. DMA were already across the map inside the hard point, ready to actually accrue those points. So you might have a lot of experience, but sometimes a small mistake like that could come back to bite you. Currently, we do have a team bowing out early on, but it's okay. We still had something like 20 teams here for EU. DMA still controlling the outside of NATO's base right now. And I'm wondering if someone can get in with some low grade, maybe steal this heli.
Yeah, possibly. At the moment, though, it's quieting down for a second. It looks like Yogi there. He's gonna box himself up for a second and try and peek the corners. It's interesting to see, actually. I wonder what DMA's plan actually is. I mean, obviously to get kills, to get more points, of course, but are they seeing these guys, NATO, as a potential target, I wonder? I mean, would they dare to try and take on these guys? I mean, it's definitely a good raid to get if you can complete it. You know, giant killers, if you will, in this Space Invaders, but Femboy much more action. It's going to be a very intense battle, but that was really, really good movement there from Tofik. Able to dodge the bullets, well, dodge more bullets than Femboy Beamer, and hit more bullets than Femboy Beamer did as well. So there you go. And that was actually quite a nice little 1v1 battle outside the doors.
Yeah, aside from that one frag that Femboy Beamer was able to get on the outside, and they haven't been able to get much going at all whatsoever, DMA have just full control on the outside of this base. You can see 3 members of DMA just kind of patrolling around the NATO basin. Honestly, the NATO base isn't situated in the best of spots. You can see it's kind of like at the bottom of a little bowl. So if you look at the hill around their base, that basically puts everyone at shooting floor level. Once you get these walls up, it just becomes so easy to challenge the people that are actually going to be looking out at you. And so now NATO realized maybe we should have gone a little bit higher, a little bit further away from the hard point. I think DMA is actually higher up on a hill as well, so they've taken that into considerations themselves.
And as we watch these 2 players here, they're going to be trading with themselves, getting some another attack planned. They've got like a nice little hill view, but they do have a shooting floor NATO there, so you'd expect NATO to be able to just pick them off from inside the shooting floor. Unfortunately, that fight's calmed itself down, but there's a hell of a lot of teams up in that top right, the snowy area. Maybe they just like the snow, you know, they want to be in the cold. Too warm for them down in the desert, so pick up here. This is where I'd expect the majority of today's raids to be taking place. So many people are here, just ready to fight. Second patrol, heli's incoming. And that is a very large base, a large shooting floor as well.
Yeah, not completed, but still a formidable one at the very least. Don't have an airlock set up on the gatehouses, but it's okay. It's fine as they can try and work around that right now. But for the time being, it does at least look completed. I didn't see much twig other than some of the overhangs there, so not completely worried about that. For VVS, their base looks solid. For JH, it looks like mostly completed on this side as well. Maybe missed out on that corner, but beyond that, very solid looking bases. This one seeming to be a 3x3 with Advent Calendar inner shell. So we'll see a little bit more throughout the rest of the day.
You certainly will. The reinforced shooting floor is interesting. Wonder if they've reinforced down below as well inside. But looks solid, looks complete. It is a smaller base than usual in a 5v5, more of a 3v3 kind of base. But if it works, it's due course, then you can't complain. You know, with the Advent Calendar style base, it could be anywhere. And that's the main thing. And it's very, very hard for players usually to try and guess which door it is, so they'll just blow every single door down. And as I say, some of them still miss it, so they can waste all that boom and can't find the TC. And obviously, that's one of the biggest things in this competition. It's being able to hold your boom economy. You don't want to waste all your raid materials on one raid. You're going to be able to, you know, have multiple raids, 2 or 3. We've also seen teams actually win with 1 or 2 raids, and then they've just defended for the rest of the time. You know, they've got loads of defense points as well, which is obviously up to 40 points depending on the length of the raid. So there's multiple ways to win. Multiple ways to win a story-based raid.
Yeah, that was an interesting point of focus to put on, right? The armored shooting floor. We see a lot of times when it comes to these raids that teams will focus destroying whatever side of the shooting floor so that the defending team doesn't have access to it anymore. They can't freely peek it. So going for the armored there can prove to be useful a little bit later on. It eats up a bit more rockets, makes it a bit more difficult, and forces people to just go through side instead of trying to challenge for that shooting floor right now. For Estripper, looks like they're keeping an eye on Black space right now. It looks like the entire team actually over here, but someone just got taken out from the outside, so maybe there are defenders for Black.
Yeah, one man. It seems like a solo effort from the shooting floor, which is not looking too pretty at the moment. A lot of twig up there, and yeah, I mean, you know, we've seen some crazy things, and I'd expect this shooting floor of that base, if it's not turned into metal by the raid phase, that might be taken down. But here comes up DMA taking the patrol helicopter down, and if they manage to get the crates, that'll put them in a very, very strong position.
It actually goes down outside of NATO's base here, and NATO are still confined inside. Wait, inside of NATO's base? It's absolutely absurd. So, oh, that's rockets. Okay, that's just rocket damage, but they took it right outside. DMA have had full control over NATO's base here. There's no one really else here to try and contest this. So DMA, who have already taken an early lead, already have 68 points. That's been a lot of PvP for them, and also the hard point points. They'll also be able to secure these in just a moment if NATO can't get themselves outside.
Yeah, and it's going to be luckily no damage to the base here. I've seen the patrol helis cause a hell of a lot of damage to bases in the past, and it's definitely a pain when you're trying to, you know, get ready for the raid phase to run out and rebuild. The DMA have got, they've got heli crates ready to be opened. They've held the hard point the entire time in the attack phase, and they've been killing NATO. I mean, they have been just farming points left, right, and center. And I would not be surprised if they choose to take on NATO first as a raid. They're there. They've killed many of the NATO players time and time again. I mean, why not carry on and, you know, try and take the base as well, take the TC?
And right here, we get to see why NATO's base placement is proving to be a detriment to them. You can see that's just clear shots into the shooting floor from people up on this hillside. So, you know, maybe if they built one higher, it wouldn't be as, you know, as easy for people to shoot in, but still, this level disparity is just making it so difficult for them. You can see, yeah, Tucky's right on top of this rock. He gets to see in for free. He is just farming up points on the NATO members right now. DMA now at 71. They'll get more once these crates extinguish themselves. This is such a huge start. And like you said, NATO might be the first on the chopping block for DMA right here. What this, depending on how much boom they end up getting off of this, or how much they were able to farm up. They have 3 members already kind of containing all of NATO inside. There's impossible, actually, all 4 members other than Lover, who's just maintaining control over this hard point, just controlling NATO's base.
Yeah, and he's doing a very good job at it as well. I think, he's got his eyes on the prize, and that prize will be NATO's TC at the end of the day. And it's a very nice, colourful base, but you don't get points for how nice your base looks at the end of the day. You get points for being the best team tactically, because as you say, there's many ways you can get points on the table. Kills, 1 point per kill. With a player who has a gun, you can't just kill nakeds. They do not count. So PvP is a big part for some teams. Obviously the base builder needs to be good to get yourself a strong base built. And most teams now, they'll have that dedicated builder, maybe 2, 3. We've seen sometimes in, the 7v7s, 9v9s, we've seen 4 or 5 base builders just to get the best possible base in the build phase. So multiple ways to get points, and it's usually a very, very strategic-based game when it comes to the raid phase. And as you say, as I say all the time, there's always, 3 or 4 weaker bases and weaker teams and the rest. Although so far I've not actually seen a base with no compound, and that's something that you usually see in one of these events. Just no compound at all, only just about got the base built and blocked up. Usually no shooting floor, it's just a tower with no compound, and anyone can just walk right up to the base and throw some C4.
Yeah, interestingly enough, I don't know if that's supposed to be a raid platform there, but we do have a platform with a few boxes on the outside early on. We still have 13 minutes here in the attack phase. Currently, Triviati eyeing up Bali's base. There's an opportunity maybe for them to get up onto the roof. We haven't seen too many helis outside of bases quite yet. There were a few scrap helis outside of DMAs and NATO's so far. Bali. Ooh, Joseph gets challenged, 51 HP. He's one-shot himself. He's not going to go ahead and go for that peek quite yet. Igor's going to take his time. And it looks like Joseph, able to hold that angle, is going to force him back. Oh.
And that's a good kill. And it's going to be... calm quite down. I thought there might have been a bit more PvP there, but here's Johnny. There wasn't any pun intended there, but here's Johnny. He's going to try and get involved in the action. 2 teams involved. Johnny wants to make it 3. He's going solo. And, oh, here we go. The fight of on the rock, it seems, using the rock as a bit of coverage. Yep, there's the raiding floor. And they're looking to set up a raid. They've already chose their opponent, they've already chose who they're going for. Maybe it's friends, maybe it's some enemies, who knows? But they seem to have chosen quite quickly who they want to go and
yeah. EU Control came out and almost wiped them, but luckily the people that were able to respawn off those beds were quickly kitted and got back into the fight. Mike Wazowski holding it down for Triviati, so this raid platform isn't going to go completely to waste quite yet. So Triviati will get looted right back on up by Compots. One member was holding that higher ground, but he will go down. And yeah, his loot up for the grabs here. Triviati basically able to re-kit themselves here. Taking a look across the map once again, it looks like we're waiting on that last attack helicopter. It should be DMA to secure the loot from the second one, and that already puts them at 90 points. That is an absolutely absurd start. They have almost a full TC lead over Kittens, who are currently in second place with 52 points. We have our LATAM team with 35 and Cream Chick with 35 himself. Oh, it looks like DMA finally getting challenged inside of the hard point. Yogi was able to get in, but Tofik cleared him out.
Yeah, he was quickly shown back to his base, wasn't he? And I'm surprised actually that NATO haven't tried to do that full team rush earlier. Maybe it's because the base, had some nooks and crannies that needed to be fixed and blocked up. And wow, I mean, Femboy Beamer quickly decided to head back into the base there as he nearly got absolutely beamed by Impossible. That was a close call indeed, but DMA are sat now right outside that gate. They are sat next to and holding onto the gate doors, ready to jump right in and cause some damage, it seems. We can see building going on somewhere in the base, maybe upgrades to metal on the last couple of twig walls. It looks like the shooting floor is completed, and we can hear the hammers and wrenches going at it quite quickly, the saws as well. But I'm just interested to see what DMA's strategy is going to be. We've got 10 minutes until the raid phase now. They're still hanging around this base. And I'm wondering if they are going to go for NATO, because I have faith in NATO, right? It's got Jamesy and Yogi. They've got to be able to hold off on a raid. I can see it happening with those guys in defense.
Yeah, you expect so, and luckily for NATO, they haven't been dying too much outside of their base, so that's I guess the good thing, the upside of being contained inside of your base. You're not bleeding out all of your kits, right? They're not just losing AK after AK. They're dying inside of their base, inside of their shooting floor for the most part. So they'll at least have that for the defense, but the problem is that they are still stuck inside, and this is a highly isolated two-base situation over here by the hard points. There are a few teams over there to the northeast by mining outposts inside of the snow that could try to come to challenge, but you expect that once the attack phase starts, that uh, teams are going to be countering. They're going to be working on basically the nearest bases around them, and they are really far away from everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, these two guys have just been, you know, going at it for the pretty much the whole attack phase. So
Yeah, and Ped, I mean, they already
was-
set up a raid platform, so I think you were
yeah,
completely right.
yeah,
This is DMA's target. 8 minutes left to go. I fully expect, rockets strapped onto the back of every DMA member. Once that last minute of attack phase gets down to it, they're just going to go ahead and abandon the few little points that they will get from the hard point, and NATO have their work cut out for them.
yeah, 100%. I think if they're able to, I mean, well, they just sniffed around the base. I think they were looking at that rock there to see if they can climb up it, jump over, make it easy for themselves. As you can see, oh, he's got onto the top of it. Now let's see what happens here. I will make a guess, and Def comes next. I wonder if he'll try and tempt it. He's looking at it. He wants to jump in, but I'm pretty sure he's going to end up dead in the in the barbed wire.
Oh, he's baiting us as well.
Yeah, he must know we're watching him. He has the sense. He has a sixth sense.
So the other issue that we were talking about earlier, about NATO's base placement being at the bottom of this bowl, essentially, is that the hilltop actually have a pretty decent view inside of the compound as well. So trying to get out to these gates just become nearly impossible for NATO as well. And like right now, I think what they need to do is possibly just wait on all their timers, get all 5 up, wait for their bag timers to come up as well, so they can have a really quick resupply and get out, and then maybe try to push out as 5. But I don't even think DMA is going to allow them to do that right now. You can see every time they peek out, it's just free shots. Impossible actually getting taken out over by the hard point. So finally, something going the way of NATO. But again, DMA, 94 points after 23 minutes here in the attack phase, and there's still 7 minutes to go.
It's crazy. I mean, I don't think I've ever been subject to seeing a team break 100 points in the attack phase alone. There's been times where usually it's spread out. You have a bunch of spread out between 6 teams, and then all of a sudden you get into the raid phase. But DMA so far are looking like they're ready to go. They're ready to win this. But they've also put a gigantic target on their back by being first in the entire attack phase. Right? This one's up to the leaderboard, the top 10. They're going, DMA. The ego starts to play into it. Okay, well, we'll take out DMA, take out the top dog. That's became more and more common. That sort of top position has basically put a target on the back to be taken down. But the patrol helicopter taken down by Cream Chick, that should get them more points, depending on where it's actually landed. As we try and find it here on the map, it's right on the desert, it seems. And yeah, where's their base? Hello, where's the Cream Chick base?
Gone down right outside of Chaipapiki's base, and there were 2 more, one to the north and one to the south. So highly isolated. It's going to be a stripper looking to try and contest this one coming down. We'll see if Cream Chick can find themselves in a decent position. It looks like they are getting flanked from Team Black. So I don't know how much of an opportunity they actually have to try and steal this one away. I'm trying to remember if this is a different base, another raid platform being set up early on.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen that before as well. Like I've never seen those raid platforms get built until maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes before. They're all flying up. There's about 3 of them, and that's something that's quite uncommon. Usually they use the entirety of the 30 minutes to go round, see what bases are easy, see what bases aren't complete, see what teams are, not the greatest of players. Here they've just gone, all right, that looks all right. Throw down the platform, get some beds and some loot there. Yeah, that'll do us. And then right with it. I mean, I don't know. I kind of like it. I like it. It's like, oh, we can't be bothered running around for 30 minutes. We'll just stick here. We'll stay with it. And that's what 3 teams have done so far.
Yeah, it just works out as like a early forward operating base, right? So not so much a raid platform like I've been calling it. So early resupplies. You can see Black are here in force right now. They're just above this raid platform. You have a stripper here looking for any kind of loot, but with this kind of positionings, with the walls early up for them, they should be in a decent spot to try and secure this. They are taking out a few more members of a stripper. Looks like one went down. Amaterasu is going to try and contest this one as well, but Weaving is pushing up. You got one person out to the side, but Cream Chick actually comes in to clear them out. So 3 teams currently involved in contesting this heli loot.
Yeah, and actually, Green are a very good team. I just, seeing facts available there, and you've got Buger on that team, G3, Lil Pick. That's another veteran team. I'm still quite confused because I have no idea where the Green Chick base is, and they're just present in the battle. So they've obviously run quite far to get here, or maybe a helicopter or whatever's involved. A mini, possibly. Who knows how they've actually got here? But it looks like they're dominating the battle at the moment. They're dominating the fight. They're getting the kills, and it's going to be a 2v1 here. And I'm so lucky. I don't think he will be lucky.
Ooh, the challenge coming out. It's a 1-for-1 exchange here, but you have to imagine that Cream Chick. We don't know where their base is. They're basically just playing one life out here. So they died. They're ostensibly out. Each stripper cleaning that one up. Amaterasu out there to clean that one up. Still though, we have I think like another minute before a lot of the heli loot actually unlocks for them. So still a huge point of contention with 3 minutes left to go here during the attack phase.
And it looks like it's going to be a competition between Black and the Stripper now. Chai Papiki haven't left their base yet, I don't think. So they're not bothered about getting the loot. They just want to stay alive. I think that's their plan. They know there's a lot of teams outside. They don't want to be giving away anything too early. They want to be surprising these players when they. Well, I'd assume one of these teams are going to try and raid Chai Papiki. I think that's going to be the expected outcome after the crates are gone. But it is quite a large battle. I mean, if you look at the teams, at least from what I can see, neither the Stripper or Black are on that top 10 leaderboard. Where are they? 20,
Yeah,
50?
we didn't see too much action here on the western side, right? The first heli went down on the east, and then the second heli went down in the middle. So this is the first like major point of action that we've seen here for the desert side. So we find them mostly on the bottom side. Cream Chick is pretty high up there. It looks like they got a lot of PvP kills, possibly securing some of this heli loot. You can see Black is looking for it. Yeah, it is Cream Chick. Fax running in, just tapping these boxes, and that's all you really need to do. They put themselves now at 66 points. So out of nowhere, off of this heli loot, Cream Chick are now in 3rd place. DMA with 2 minutes left to go are still in the lead, but when they have 40, 50 points above 2nd place. They are now down to about 20. Team Kittens rearing up that leaderboard right now with 82 points in 2nd place.
Yeah, and I don't think I've not seen too much of Kittens actually. I don't think we have seen Kittens at all in the attack phase. So I'd be interested to see what they're going to do in the raid phase as well. But the Stripper here themselves up, not with a gun though, and eventually falls to the floor. Just trying to get a touch on them crates. Looks like, oh wow, it's still a battle. Black and Stripper. Black, 1-for-1 trade. It looked like 2 Stripper on 1 Black player, and Black eventually dead. I wonder if that was an Stripper player though. No, it wasn't. It was another team. There looks like behind to fight. Where is he though? Who were they shooting at then? I'm not sure. It looks like they'll get the crates. Oh, okay. It's still Black on the rock. So 1 player will go and sort 4 players out, it seems, and the other guy's going to get the crates.
In that momentary lapse, though, with that fight win, it does seem like they'll be able to secure that heli loot and get it out. Maybe they get some really good boom. We got 40 seconds now remaining here in the attack phase. You can see DMA have basically pulled everyone. Taufiki just on the edge of that hard point. He is ready to get involved with the rest of his team. He is rearing to go. He's playing off of this metal ore right now, and there he goes. That's what we were talking about. A minute left to go. Just forget about the hard point, that 1 extra point there, and get ready for the raid. 20 seconds remaining, even taking out the person on the shooting floor here. Yogi has to back away. NATO are in trouble.
Haha, an R2 lover arriving on a horse. You gotta love it. It's almost like a Western movie. But yeah, that shooting floor kill was absolutely disgusting from Tofik. I mean, the shooting floor is supposed to be a safe zone for the players of of NATO here, but obviously not so safe as they found out. And I must say, Femboy Beamer has been getting beamed the most out of the whole of the NATO team. I must say it because, I mean, every single time I see Femboy Beamer in a fight, they end up dead. And just by the name and by the past names, I can't hesitate but to think that could be Jamesy. I'm out of anyone on that team, that seems more like a Jamesy name than anyone else,
Yeah, by the way, our first TC already gone. Chai Poppy's base was instantly cleared out. Looks like they never really finished it. You can see no metal embrasures. There are some cheeky peaks, but yeah, their TC's gone. That's what Cream Chick has been doing. It looks like they were just farming inside of Chai Poppy's base. You can see it's not a fairly standard base invaders base. Actually, really small. We didn't get a real good sense of it. Our second base going down, that's going to be VVS going down to Compot. I believe Compot was one of the teams that might have been able to secure the Heli loot early on. So that puts them now in third place, actually going above Kittens. And so it's a pretty good spread of teams here in the top 4.
Yeah, raids after raids. And here's another one here. Boom coming in, as you can see, just below the shooting floor there, just trying to probably create a hole. I mean, a lot of teams just open up the shell, get some ladders in there, get the compound broken down, and then just do the rest of the work from the inside. Some teams prefer to do it from the outside, just completely put a hole through the middle, and then just go straight through. Those teams, though, unless they get very lucky, tend to just completely miss the TC. From what I've seen in the past, the most effective way to get in there is just get inside, kill off the members of the team, wear down the loot, get rid of the beds, get rid of the loot boxes, and obviously then just C4 the doors from the inside. And those teams tend to get the TC quite quickly, obviously, unless they unless they miss it and they're unlucky, which happens quite often as well. But it looks like they're going to be doing a good sort of damage to that side of the base. Not really here's the first sort of attempt at a fight back, and that's luckily short-led as R2 Nicer is there to kill them. They've opened the gates. The base design's not actually that bad. It's a nice base design, but they have to defend it somewhat. They're not really defending at all at the moment.
Yeah, the issue is that Meow already made short work of a lot of this side, right? They removed access essentially from this shooting floor, which really wasn't that safe. You can see how open it is. They're trying their best to repair and heal at the very least, but they're almost about to lose roof. That wall, very short. Looked like the rockets were falling a little bit short. They were aiming for it, but they were not able to quite connect there. But they're going to go ahead and continue the pummel from the outside. Meow need to get a full, 4-man push out while the base repair is still inside. But for Meow, it's currently full control. But we do have E-Striker showing up from the flanks here, looking to contest.
Yeah, and it looks like E-Stripper are coming to get involved. They want a piece of it, and we see that often as well now. It's more often now than it was back in the day. Teams just coming to steal a raid. That last minute sort of turn up at the base, and they end up taking it away. But it looks like they're going to go straight for Meow, actually. Straight for Meow, and then just get the raid. Going to kill the... Oh, never mind. That was absolute carnage. 3 players on 1. They stood no chance, the E-Strippers member, and they met an early match.
And he got baited by his own damage that he was putting across on to the Meow members there. Felt very confident to try and shell them. But Meow still holding this one down. E-Striper are still in force here though, but this might end up actually just evolving into a 2-team race to try and take this TC by pummeling from the side. E-Striper are setting up. You can see that a good amount of repairs have been put into this base right now, but they have lost out on their compound walls. That signals that Meow should be ready to try and push in and breach this compound, get inside with that C4 where they can do a lot more work. One more member of Patatini trying to push out is forced back. That's going to be revert recoil actually inside of his compound now, healing up. But Patatini don't even have all 5 members up right now. Still someone looking to respawn in. It's going to be Chewbacca out on the outside, looking to get something started up against Meow. Beta is there. They've traded a lot of HP, 37 to 36. And unfortunately, he goes down, so the defense is getting harder and harder for Patatini.
Yeah, and let's see here. It looks like we'll enter the base. Start doing what I said, and they'll C4 inside. They don't want to waste too many rockets, just firing into the core of the base. But it is going to be a honeycomb design, it seems, with the doors. I've not seen enough of it yet. It's usually, this floor here will tell us the real answer. But there's also a lot more garage doors being used in the later day than there were in the past. It used to just completely be single doors and the honeycomb design. But more recently, there's been garage doors thrown into the mix. This is just the movement floor to climb up, sort of like the stairs. But I've been interested to use garage doors as well to protect more of the potential.
I'm starting to hear something about the door coming in. Striper's still looking to test this one right now, but Nicer is out there. Clears up one member of Striper. We'll go ahead and push out to their base. What? A custom defense coming out here. All right, so that little bit of distraction from Striper actually helping out our defenders at the very least, getting some rockets off of them and kind of wrestle control of that shooting floor back in their favor. But we're still hearing Nerm inside with some C4, and we'll see if the rest of the Meow members can get back into the space.
Yeah, oh, they've got turrets set up as well. That's not like the turret.
Quote unquote setup. Yeah.
well, it's there, but it's only there for its decoration, it seems, at the moment. It's not actually active, so it's not going to do anything. I wonder if they know that, but either way, I can't see this base surviving, at least not for another half an hour. As soon as one, because I think the idea for Stripper is to take down Meow and then come back, but obviously Meow are trying to hold up strong, but I'm pretty sure Stripper's base is just across the lane, so they're just going to keep coming back. Unless Meow gets the job done quickly, I think this might be Stripper's raid come the end.
It looks like they might have cleared out a few members on the outside, though. You can see Ianers by himself just went down. So currently Nicer on a 5-kill streak, holding it down on the outside. And that's what we were talking about. When it comes to these 5-mans, just having a solid person that can control from the outside and keep people at bay. Striper are coming back in force, though, it seems. A few members coming back on in. But now it's trying to take back control of this raid. You can hear now the repairs coming out for Patatini, who looks like they've done a decent job, at least on this side. No. This is where they actually blew in. Meow are getting back in once again with those ladders. You can hear the C4 going down. So Meow are trying to get back and get the tempo back in this raid.
Yeah, and it's going to be Meow sort of inside the base, so all the repairs will mean if have the Meow members all inside the actual core of the base. And instead, it'll actually probably help them from getting picked off from Striper. But now they're going to try and make the way through the doors. Interesting looking base. They have the honeycomb down here, it seems. And rockets are being used. Not hearing any C4 yet. I'm sure we'll hear a ring of the C4 very, very shortly, though. But currently, they're just going through the rockets. Oh, and they found the TC.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, this isn't the typical base design that we see. Meow are able to get through the hallways there. You know, it wasn't the advent calendar base design that we normally see here in Base Invaders, more the hallway. And there it is, the inevitable NATO also going down to DMA.
Oh, wow.
It took 9 minutes, but DMA are going to knock them out and maintain their lead now. So Meow, just for a moment, looked like they could possibly take over first place, but it's going to be DMA maintaining their control on top. And the huge thing about these early raids is that DMA can now snowball a lot of this, right? Once the loot becomes active for them, once they can actually get access to all of it, then they'll use the boom, they'll use the sulfur that NATO were never able to use because they were stuck inside of their base, and then kind of snowball it and go into the next base. Cream Chick, that was one of the first teams to actually get a TC as we get another elimination. That's we win going down to Team Black. But yeah, Cream Chick now on their second raid.
Yeah, and they're going to look to try and get to get nearer to the top of the table, I guess. Catch up with DMA here with this TC. They'll be just 10 off. Obviously, kill points on top of that. We'll put them pretty near. They'll put them, pipping the post with DMA, maybe taking the lead, depending on how many kills they can find. But yeah, this is another very, very sort of tall tower base. It's an interesting shooting floor with a lot of trees inside. Maybe like the forest door right inside the base. We're also going to try and go in from the bottom, and I think a door's just been opened for them to walk right in. It has done. They've just been able to walk right into the base. Obviously, they're going to have to blow a few doors up, but that you can't leave doors open. That's one of the tips, the noob tips of Rust. Don't leave your doors open.
They're still going to deal with it though, just so they don't have to deal with someone actually blowing it up. Excuse me, closing it. They are going to, of course, do their due diligence, get inside, and like you said, this isn't a wide base. This is a tall base, so it looks like they are going to be relying upon the admin calendar doors to try and slow things down. But this is a very small footprint to control. It looks like fairly easy control of a 2x2 core here for our raiding team currently. There are defensive tools here in the base. The problem is there's no one to use those tools.
Yeah. Oh, then again, no. Green Chick have taken the top of the base. They were defending from the top of the base, but no longer. That's actually a very, very good play from Cream Chick. You know, they've got players going from the bottom and up, and they've got players going from the top and down. And you can hear the lovely ringing sound, the boom. Going up inside the base, but then you have Latam on the other side trying to get involved with well, it seems. And they're just neighbours down the hill, so they're trying to get a piece of this raid. It's going to be between Latam and Cream Chick. I think this base is definitely getting raided. It just matters about who will take it in the end.
Yeah, Cream Chick have to be wary of Latam coming in to counter on the other side. And they have just blown through the compound on their side. They just don't have all the numbers here quite yet. With this rooftop control, that's going to make the defense of this a little bit easier, but you can see now Yeto getting in with the C4. Once we get inside, that 2x2 core, that shooting floor, that inner shell is going to be hotly contested. Someone climbing up. Dimitri almost had a nice little cheeky peek there, but he got taken out. Yeto still down below. Does have the backup of Cougar helping out here, but you can see how the doorways can slow things down just a bit. Cream Chick have a big head start in this raid, but now the inside is going to be contested.
Got to back Cream Chick in this fight, though. You know what I mean? And I see what Latam was trying to do there with the ladders. Latam's just taking one down on the side, actually, on the outside of the base. Now the Cream Chick numbers are lowering as we speak, and here's Hamster just chasing them out the base, trying to get rid of them. Oh, but I'm pretty sure Hamster just met his match upstairs, so it looks like Latam might actually, well, they probably will take control of this. Hamster's now at the bottom. He's going to get taken out by the Living Witch Licks, and I'm pretty sure the Living Witch Licks is taking out about 2 or 3 of the players down the bottom there, just hiding in that doorway, the gateway. And as soon as one of the players comes on the outside, gets taken out. But Black are here now. Where'd Black come from? Hello.
Yeah, countering on the Latam side there. So a nice flank coming out from them while, Latam were busy dealing with Cream Chick. Cream Chick now have to reinforce themselves and get back in here. The only teams the only players we haven't seen are the DXP players at this point, but it looks like the defenders are looking to try and get back up to that rooftop. You can see Quickie is up there along with 9476. Velfiend is up there as well. Cream Chick getting their reinforcements back on in, but the numbers just aren't there quite yet for them. You can see Latam trying to get back here for this base, but Black, they have any kind of boom in their hands. It looks like at least a C4 to get inside, and once again, fighting around this 2x2 core is going to be very difficult. Ooh, Kittens getting themselves another TC. That's going to be Nakatomi going down. That puts them at second place, just 8 points off of DMA.
Yeah, it's all very close there at the top. And Cream Chick as well, actually, on the kill points. They've caught up massively as well. Like a TC now puts them first. They originally, a TC would have put them 10 points behind DMA. So it's 20, 30 kills they've got over there. And this base was nicely on the coast. They're one of the most coastal bases. And it was taken down. You can see the remains of the players who were once with us.
Yeah, that fell into the same kind of problem that Team NATO had, was that it was on the low ground, right? If you saw the raid platform, it looked straight into the shooting floor. Speaking of towers, by the way,
what is this?
Flossie over here, it looked like they were just playing some Fallout 3, right? We got the the 10 penny tower coming out from them.
This looks going on.
This looks like one of those PvE bases, PvE raidable bases that you'll find on some servers.
It's crazy. It's like a hotel. So many layers and layers and layers. And I don't know. I mean, it's sort of working against them at the moment because they're getting raided from inside and killed from the inside of the tower. How are you supposed to defend when you have so many floors to cover? I guess you have to prioritize the the TC floor, but we have an actual active turret here at the top, and never mind. It was active for a moment. It's not active anymore. That's gone.
Yeah, Flossie not aware that we're actually playing Base Invaders, and this isn't set themselves up the hotel, like you said. But I mean, this is I don't even know how they accrued all the materials possible to build this base up. You can see there's even some armor on the inside, so they might have just spent the entirety of the build phase and attack phase just getting this one up.
They'd have to. I mean, unless I don't think they've done any fighting at all. To be honest, I'm still amazed at what I've seen. This is the most crazy thing I've seen. I've seen a lot of weird bases. I've seen a base named after the Titanic before, a boat base, a cruise ship, and now a tower, a hotel. But, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy, and it looks like they're going to get raided. And then again, how many doors do they have? Is it even possible to raid this base? Will they have time to get the right door? Again, it falls down to luck, I think, here.
Again, just absolutely silly to have a tower this tall. And our producer actually coming in with a huge reference. Yeah, Nakatomi, who had just gone down earlier, I think, to Kittens. This should have been their base at that point. A little diehard in here.
But it looks like it actually looks quite well built inside. I mean, I'm surprised that there's no twig. It looks all metal reinforced, but maybe getting closer to here. Rustoria trying to defend, and Saint. Oh, he might be just. Oh, never mind. Okay, he was nearly a Saint, but then two more players came around the corner. He's no longer with.
Yeah, this is just a roof camper's wet dream, right? Because this is like 14 tall. Like we're working at like the very tippity top end of stability for this base at this point. So it's at least, I don't know, standing up for now. And I don't know if they've got like advent calendars on the outside on the honeycomb or what's going on there. Taking a look at the action around EU Control's base, we saw EU Control and Triviati, I believe, fighting over Heli loot earlier on throughout the attack phase, and it looks like it's going to be Triviati. He can get in. They have pushed out. There's some exchanges on the outside, and Triviati, though, still maintain full control right now. EU Control trying their best, closing up some doors at the very least. But they've basically lost access to their roof, and I don't know, it looks like Triviati might smell something down here. They have done some decent work throughout these hallways.
There's a lot of bodies to prove that, yeah. I wonder whose they belong to, though. And the entire of the base, it looks like, you know, a lot of kids have been spent trying to defend this already by EU Control, so I wonder whether they're able to, you know, survive this. But they are all sort of, you know, stuck on the roof, just on the interior, at the top of the base. So maybe they, maybe that means something. You know? Maybe that means that they're trying to hide something up there.
Yeah, we do have counterers coming in. I believe Bali coming in looking to counter them at this point. So it's going to be important for them to have someone on the outside. But no, all of Triviati looking to push inside. I don't know where their raid platform is set up. Bali now working their way around the base, getting over to this rock, which will give them a nice little point of view. But looks like they're just slowly working their way over to try and get over to that raid platform. No, they're just running past.
Is that another base over there in the distance? Whose base is that? Is that Triviata's base? Are they going to try and go for Triviata whilst they're not home? No, they're going home. Well, that's just a bit boring, really, isn't it? They've gone, they've seen it. Oh no, we don't want to mess around with them. They're going to come for us next. Run back home, hide, quick boys. But I mean, fair enough. This is RY. Is it RVG? Oh yeah, RVG. They look to be raiding down on JH times by 4 to the power of 4. JH to the power of 4. There we go. That's their new name.
I like the new. I don't know if Jay has like a special pronunciation in other languages or not. But currently, it's just one rocketer. So this is going to be slow goings for RVG. Means plenty of time for JH to defend this one. They've got the armored. They've got the armored roof. So I don't know if they'll be able to really get over there. It looks like, yeah, they might just be giving up on this. Maybe their base is getting raided because they instantly turned around.
Yeah, and there's a lot of raids going on. You see all those red circles? That is raids. Here's Flossie still getting taken down. I mean, is it not possible just to knock this tower down? Like, surely it's easy to fight. You know, stability, if you take some of the lower layers down, is going to just collapse from the above. Like, surely that's the idea, right? I mean, if I was raiding this base, maybe that's what he's doing. Please tell me that's what he's doing. I hope that's what he's doing. We get to see the tower fall.
I'm always open for a bounty. I love me a good bounty. You know, you don't get to see it often.
25, 26 Base Invaders streams. I've seen a bounty wipe once.
I'm trying to remember who was actually originally raiding this base. Yeah, I don't believe it was Sex. I believe it was another squad. So the counter is coming in, saving Flossie for just a moment, but they're still stuck inside their base right now. There's not much of a semblance of defense here, especially when you get cleared out like that. Luckily, that was a bait. Someone else comes in, clears him up. That's going to be Demon to mount a semblance of a defense. But, man, 2 members of Sex coming in for that challenge to trade on and back. So they will maintain control over this base right now, and the rockets will keep flying. Armored core here at the bottom 2 layers of this base. But no, that's actually just empty.
Why would they choose to raid this base, Sex? Why would they want to raid this base? It just seems like you're putting yourself in for a very, very long raid. I'd just say, you know what? Just leave it there. They've put the effort in to make it that big. I'm not going to bother. Let's go elsewhere. There's definitely easier bases to raid than Flossie at the moment. These bases here looking quite quiet. Not really anything happening. And looks like the raids have all been defended, and they've gone out to raid. This one, though, XP are going to be getting raided by their next door neighbours of Latam. But if you look at actually the position, this is right on the hill, right at the top of the hill. They can look down, maybe even roof raid at Latam's base down there on the left. So the possibility of Latam, you know, getting counter-raided here by XP, it's quite high, but Green's obviously moving the opposite side. Latam just seem to be that team who appear when someone else is raiding, right? And this is the same one we've seen before, I'm pretty sure, where Creamchip actually, it looks like they've actually repaired the base on the outside.
Yeah, they might have gotten a few doors up. The problem for EXP is that, you know, they do have a view over to the other side, but they've cleared out the roof access, and they won't be able to defend from there because they'll be shot from behind. Black coming in once again, and I think this is now, what, 3-4 teams showing up for this raid. So EXP, the only reason why the base is standing is just that it's hotly contested by Creamchip, by Black, and by Latam.
Yeah, but I wonder where the TC is. I mean, it looks pretty opened up in the inside. A lot of bodies, a lot of loot. Not many doors inside, it seems. Beautiful kill. That was a beautiful kill, and then all of a sudden, another member of Black comes down. It looks like that's going to be a revive as well. And now we're up at the top. These doors still left intact at the very top of the tip. And, oh, never mind. Oh, okay, they got it closed. Just 80. That was nearly, very, very near all the beds getting removed and destroyed. And oh well, destroyed anyway. And no more beds at the top.
And that just might be no more beds in the base. I don't know if there's any more room here to actually have bedrooms.
The doors. What are they doing? Stop opening the doors. Why would he open that naked? Oh, well, he's just been caught off guard, I guess. But, yeah, I think after what I've just seen, they deserve to get raided, to be completely honest. The 2 door opens was not it, but I wonder where the TC could be. One of the top layers of the base, and it's honeycomb, in all layers. So it's going to be one of those that takes an absolute, you know, long time to get, I think, and then hit.
Yeah, you can see how this design really slows down both the rocket raid and the C4 raid. So they are going to have to take their time going through every single hallway, clearing this out. Luckily for them, though, there's a lot of doors they don't have to clear out because they keep opening up doors. 14 Black over here. EXP is going to have a few words with their teammates at the end of Base Invaders today. Hey, guys, stop opening doors during the raid unless you can actually defend.
It's, yeah, I mean, it's getting to a point where I wasn't surprised they opened the TC door. Here you go. Because literally given access to the floor. The floor was fine. They could have defended it, could have sat up there, got ready. No, just open the door, let them in. No, not doing that. But either way, we've got Cream Chicks on the bottom, Black on the top. Latam, you know, every now and then they appear. I think last time we're just, keeping a distance, trying to keep an eye on things, seeing where the progress is getting to, and then at the very end, for the final lap, they're going to be there to try and get the TC, just trying to steal the points. And if you look at, they're in 7th at the moment, they lap time up to about 4th, so yeah, pretty good going if they can get a TC here last time, and it puts them right in the mix with the top 4 teams.
Yeah, and especially with Creamchick here, that one thing they are countering for this raid right now. But it might be Black coming in to steal this one away. If Black end up getting it, that puts them closer and closer to Creamchick. That puts them at what, 164, only 20 some odd away from Creamchick here. So this is a very important raid to basically determine the tempo of the rest of the day. We still have 1 hour and 4 minutes remaining here in the raid phase, so really anything can happen.
Even, let's say the top teams here are going to the targets come the end of the raid phase, to try and get the win, say DMA on Team Creamchick gone because they need to win, and Creamchick have more points than them. They don't see themselves getting another raid, then Creamchicks might become a prime target. DMA, though, I must say, have been very, very, very quiet. I don't even know if they've gone up a single point for about 10 minutes now. At that 171, I'm pretty certain is exactly what they were left on after they raided our good friends at NATO.
Yeah, NATO really needed to call in an alliance or something to keep themselves alive, but they were absolutely isolated for that one. Right now, the base for LATAM still, not LATAM, excuse me, with EXP, still holding up at the very least. You can see the hallways putting in the work, but there's no control whatsoever. I don't even think they have much in the way of, Sex actually getting eliminated by DMA. That puts them up into first place. You were asking for it, and well, that's what DMA have been up to.
That's why there was no kill points, because Sex were all at Flossie. So they'd just been raided whilst they went home. I'm pretty certain. So Flossie actually gets to stay alive. That is ridiculous. After all that effort, Sex had been in there since the start of raid phase, right? And now they got eliminated because no one was home. No one was checking their own base. DMA getting extra 40 points. They haven't actually got a single kill. That's not like them. They've been getting kills. They've been getting the hard point. They've got a raid. And they've not got up. But no, because they were raiding the base with no one home. And now they take the top of the league back. And that's going to be really good for DMA. Really smart decision making as well, actually. And I apologise that I ever crossed that line with them.
That doesn't put them that far in the lead, though. Right now, you can see Creamchick still in second, or at least in second place now, but off by what is that, 17 some odd points. So Creamchick just off the PvP. We have really tight gathering amongst our top 3. DMA, Creamchick, Kittens, all within about 30 some odd points of each other. So this is going to be a vastly important raid for Creamchick to try and take control back over. Luckily for them, they currently do have someone who looks like controlling the rooftop along with Hamster, while the counters are still running into the EXP side. Speaking of EXP, I have not seen a single member of them. There's Velfine actually running in from the outside, so I think all their meds are just gone at this point. I don't think they have any more spawns.
Yeah, and it's a really interesting position. How are they going to defend? Do they even need to defend? It seems like the multiple teams killing each other has kept their base alive a lot longer than it needed to be completely honest, because, we've seen Black up in that top 4, now we see Cream Chicken here as well. The teams are completely killing each other, which is sort of defending the base for them. So they don't even need to defend their own base, because the other teams are doing it for them at the moment.
Yeah, which is useful, especially if you're running back in from the beach, right? If you got no spawns whatsoever, you're just running back from the shoreline. That's quite a long run, even though we are, I think this is on the eastern side, snow side of this map, but Creamchick now with full control, but they still got their work cut out for them. We saw earlier, oh wow, actually causing some rockets there. Wondering why they're just keeping it there in the corner for themselves. Maybe it's just to try to deny it. It looks like they are just actually securing all the loot from this floor and then popping it into a corner somewhere. But now you can see the C4 going off. They are trying to get through this as quickly as possible. It's been hotly contested by multiple teams here.
Yeah, still no one's crazy part. I mean, it's going to be anything left in the space by the end of the raid. There's that much boom going off from that many different teams. It just seems like still doors left, right? As long as there's still still doors left, and there's still a lottery to play. There's still the hope that the TC may survive, although there's an hour left. And the dedication that these three teams have put into Cream Chick have actually got like 100 points just on kills at this raid. Literally, just 100 points on kills this raid. And that's crazy to see. So for them, it's been worthwhile. But is it that worthwhile for Latam and Black? I wonder.
It might be. It looks like Black was able to get in last minute. Latam and Black together were able to come into the counter and actually wipe out Cream Chick and then steal away this raid and get the TC for themselves. That puts them now at 4th place, 5 points behind Kittens here. And so very, very unfortunate for Cream Chick, who, if they could have taken that TC, would have put them in a nice, comfortable lead. But unfortunately, just that small mistake of not keeping eyes on the counters, not keeping, a solid defense on the outside there meant that Black and Latam were able to come in and steal that one away. Black, the beneficiaries ultimately of that one. Taking a look at another raid here on the snow side, it looks like it's going to be Bomba on their defense. Compat looking to get in. 2 sides of the compound have already been blown into, but I don't really see much damage on the outside of this base, so this could just be a quick defense for our squad.
Where's Kittens? Oh yeah, Kittens. Nikita's just sat on the roof. And Kittens inside as well, it seems. 2 players, Untitled, PNG, and KJ. Looks like they're inside. Oh yeah, they just crawl. It's like ants. They're just crawling in to the roof, and it looks like. Wow. Yeah, some doors have been left open, some doors have been taken out, and yeah, well and truly inside. But those doors, there's a long way to go, possibly in this raid. Unless lucky again. It's all about luck this one, I think.
It looks like most of the damage to this base was on the other side that we couldn't see just beforehand. Compat, we'll see if they can get into contest. They have 3 members outside currently. I don't know if anyone's inside of the base properly right now. Still some nakeds running around. That's going to be Bomba. One of the defenders of this base, a rocket coming straight at the cam. Oh man, it's like one of those 3D movies back in the 2000s.
Yeah, there it is. Waiting to see. Oh, here we are. No Kittens are there. No. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, you came out alive there. Fair enough. And Kittens now have another team to face. I mean, maybe the smart thing, you can see Kittens' faces in the distance there. Maybe if you come just to go around and go, do you know what? You can have that raid. They'll just take your TC and take that TC later. That might be the case that happens if Compound can't get into this space because Kitten's too strong defending the space.
Yeah, this is looking like a hexagon and octagon core, right? So it's all just triangle foundies on the core side, so it's going to be even more hallways in the core, along with the admin calendars you have on the outside. So this is a base that can take a lot of time. Even with 56 minutes to go, uncontested, I feel like this would just take a super long time to finish off. But then when you have defenders coming in like Sasa, they're 1 out. Kittens are having a rough go of it.
Yeah, they are. They're trying to get it done as quick as possible, but obviously the sheer amount of doors is going to make that quite difficult of a task. Well, they're still trying their best to move in. I thought maybe a bit of a difficulty then just to jump up, but going for these top doors here. And I wonder if we find a TC. Second TC, I think, on the stream, if we get one. There goes one door. There goes door number 2. And the door in the middle. May contain the TC. I wonder.
This is a bad sign as well. Like, you're seeing a lot of Bomba members actually spawning in outside bags right now, and they're getting cleaned up instantly, so they're all just on timer once again. So, that's not really going to get bounced much from them for a while. It's going to come down to the counters to try and slow down Kittens here. Trying to remember who the other squad was looking to counter, but right now it's just free C4 just going out as Kittens are clearing out all of the doors right now.
Where's Compot? I mean, it was Compot who was trying to get in, but where have they gone? Have they done what I've said? They've gone to Kittens to give them a cheeky little poke. No, they're not just fighting outside with Bomber and all sorts over there. But another door bites the dust. Still no TC, and well, I could give them one certainty. Not up on that left side. Sorry, every door's blown up. So that's the only certainty they're going to get from me at the moment, because I have no idea where it could be. It'll be somewhere within the base, and that's all they're going to get.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about this design. They've got the core, right? The hallway as well. So it doubles up on the amount of doors inside of the space, basically. Maybe even triples up on doors that you have to get through here. So this is not free by any means for getting at this point. But without any defenders here, that's going to keep it free right now. You can see now they're rocking the bushes and still being slowed down. So can still have actually a lot of work cut out for them.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, that's sometimes the take the kittens. They are already second, so they can sort of waste a bit of time. Well, not waste time, but, spend a lot of time on a raid, 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes if needed, and it'd still be worth their while. Whereas if a team in 7th or 6th is trying to push up and try and get a last minute push to the table, this is a raid that you don't want to take, because it's going to take too long. Let's say for a top 4 team at the moment, with the points being as close as they are, not that bad of a raid to take, as long as you can find the TC, before the end of the raid phase, which I'm sure they will. There's got plenty of time, 53 minutes, definitely enough time to take all the doors away. But hopefully they're not going to be like the Rust player who has a very, very interesting eye view. I've seen players walk right past the TC before and still continue to blow up the rest of the doors.
Yeah, when your screen's shaking, all the boom going around, it's easy to be able to just walk past the door, especially when there's so much. Luckily for them, it's not like they're running around and just kind of passively raiding right with the C4, where you're just able to plop down a ton. They are going one by one with rockets now. I haven't seen actually any C4 on their bodies. So I think they might just actually be out of C4. That's what's slowing them down at this point. That makes them more deliberate in how they approach this. Ooh, E-Striper going down to Meow. We saw, I believe, E-Striper and Meow were fighting quite a bit out on that desert side. Up, and that puts them in second place now, just underneath DMA with 250 points. Not too far off, Kittens and Cream Chick and Black. So we have 5 teams currently that have crested 200 points.
Yeah, and 5 teams who all have the ability to win this game with 1 raid. Crazy to see. Compot are probably the split point. You usually have a point where, the big gap between the teams, but even 1 raid puts Compot up in the mix as well. But there's still a lot of raids going on, and Flossie are getting raided now by DMA. I mean, that's a great choice for DMA. They have played it so strategically, it seems, in their raids. They've raided someone when they went home. They're raiding now a base that's already pretty much been cleared out inside. Well, actually, no, if there's a progression, they raided Sex, who are raiding Flossie, and now they're taking Flossie themselves. Fair enough.
Yeah, this is what Nakatomi Towers, Tenpenny Towers, whatever tower at this point. But you can see that it's a difficult ask, right? It's just so tall. There's the footprint for this base is absolutely absurd. So DMA, I don't know. At some point, you might just want to call it and be like, hey, our resources are better spent anywhere else at this point.
Yeah, knock it down. Just knock it down. I want to see it get knocked down, but no team seem to have the boom available for that ask. I mean, it'd be quite funny if they go through all the effort bottom floors for it to be at the top level of the tower. That'd be excellent for me. If they just have it at the very, very top, and they spend all the time at the bottom, and they can't get to the top.
Yeah, luckily for DMA, a lot of the work was already done for them by the team that they ended up successfully raiding just beforehand. Speaking earlier about the kind of snowballing nature of base invaders, I'm just surprised that DMA still have boom to go. I know we're only about halfway through the raid phase right now, but that's kind of what happens when you get these successful raids, when you're able to walk away with already 2, 3 bases worth of loot. So they keep their sulfur high, and at this point, it looks like the frustration has set in. They're just going to start clearing out these walls as well.
Yeah. And, yeah, and it looks like we're going to take a little break here, catch ourselves a drink before we come back into the action. Pretty much near halfway through the raid phase. So we'll be back with you very, very shortly. We're back with more action here. We've had a couple of raids in the offside. Kittens have taken down somebody, and I think EU Control taken down by Triviota as well. So Triviota now on the top 10 board. Welcome to the Board of Champions. But Black have made their way down from XP, and they're now going to take on Latam. And here they are on the roof. They've done a good job getting onto the base. Now can they get into it?
Yeah, and speaking of, during that break, we've now have 5 teams above 220 points starting at Black. So only 28 points actually separating DMA, our first place team, with Team Black right there. So this is well within reach for 5 teams to actually take the win today with 45 minutes left to go. We do have DMA, I believe, still over at that Flossy base. So ostensibly, they should be able to take the lead there. But again, it's not going to be comfortable. It's just a 1 TC lead, essentially, with them against the rest of the squads.
Yeah, and I will say as well, it's like, only 53, 54 points from 6th to 1st as well. So, even Compot, if they get a raid in there and a couple of kills, they're right back in the mix as well. So it's actually a very, very close event, closer than we usually see. At this stage, I'd say, of the raid phase. But I'm sure some of the top 8 teams now are going to start getting taken out as the lower teams start to fall away. I mean, this is JH to the power of 4. And they... this raid's actually gone on forever. I'm surprised there's so little sort of progression into the base. Because I think we came back to this raid about 20, 25 minutes ago, and it was, just starting. And they still haven't got inside yet.
Yeah, JH still have members alive. They're inside the base right now. RVG only now just clearing out that compound. So this is going to be rough for them. Clearing out the outside, but that's very nice at the very least. And then looking at the other side. But the longer these raids go on, there's going to be more and more chances for counters at this point. So you can see that RVG, they might actually just give up on this one. Honestly, they do have a turn lead running back, but defenders are doing a decent amount of work. Unfortunately, not able to finish off a person inside of their compound, but it still gives them confidence at the very least in their defense. You can see very few raids actually taking place right now. I think a lot of teams kind of taking stock of what they have, trying to maybe craft some more boom for their next raid. We are at the halfway point here of the raid phase.
It's a good point to be at, yeah. And I think, this has been a great event all the way through. I think it's been exciting. Probably one of the best things in a while. January. I'm not too sure how February went, but this is definitely more exciting than January because there's a lot of, there's a horrendous amount of teams who can win this, and it's going to be like one of those chariot races at the end, right? Where everybody is racing for kills, everyone's trying to get as much as they can. Bradley, I don't know if he's been taken down yet, but if he hasn't, he most certainly will be come to the end of the raid phase. And they're just going to try whatever they can to get points. Now, the gap is closing between Meow and DMA. And as you can see, DMA are just still trying to take down Flossy. I don't really know the plan is this raid. As I say, it could be anywhere this TC in the base. They've got, I don't even know, I haven't counted, but it looks about 10 floors of just windows and doors and hotel rooms with king-size beds. Probably the top floors with the sea view, you'd imagine.
And there's still a semblance of defense coming out from Flossy here. Lover actually just going down after getting picked up by All Dead. Saint is up top on the roof, and you can see maybe height is actually what you need here in Base Invaders, because just getting all the way up here just takes an immense amount of time. I don't even see where the spawns are, though, for this squad. Like, so much of this base looks empty. Where the hell are they spawning in from?
This is like, I like that. Oh, it's like being in.
Yeah, this is what you would call house rich, right? You've got a lot of real estate, you've got a lot of floorage and square footage, but you got nothing inside because all of your money is going straight to the mortgage. You got no furniture, no TV, nothing.
Yeah, sleeping on a cold floor, I think, in this hotel. You don't get a bed, you don't get any light. Only daylight through the windows. Too bad if it's night time. You've got to sleep it off until the morning sun. But yeah, I don't really know where the TC could be at this point in time because these top floors look completely empty. The bottom, they've blew pretty much everything up down there, but they definitely have missed something because it must be in the core at the bottom. In the core at the bottom. That's my guess into where it'll be.
Yeah, I have no clue. I don't know how this base has withstood for so long. Because remember, this isn't the original Raiders. DMA came in and raided the original Raiders and then stole this raid away. So this is like round 2. This base has been worked on for possibly like the last 30, 40 minutes now. But it seems like Flossie may have run out of spawn at this point. See, a lot of the core has been cleared out. Some garage doors to get through. And maybe the armored is an indicator of where it could be. I don't know. This is difficult.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I would not want to be the. I don't even know what to say about the base anymore, honestly. It's just, I've never seen anything like it. It's crazy, but if that doesn't get raided by the end, then fair play. It's done its due course. But here is Bowley and Shivata. And yeah, boom's going off. Trying to get into the base, it seems. And Bowley, we've seen, you know, they appeared on a raid before and then disappeared back to base. So, you know, it looks like Bowley are finally seeing the price they had to pay for making an appearance at Triviata's raid.
Triviata in control right now. Oh, as I say that, someone comes in. I don't know if it's the defender.
Nope, it's a fella in a minivan. And he's
in for the loot. Someone's lurking around here. Who is it? It is a Bali member. Okay. So there is a defender on the outside right now.
Oh, Kitten's got that raid. That puts Kittens at the top now. Kittens and Meow. I mean, that's quite a crazy 2 team names, eh? They go hand in hand. But there you go. And it seems like Bowley actually have a pretty decent strategy when it comes to defending.
Yeah, still a better like duo of like team names than like her Kitten and his pupper or something. You know, like
Cheese and ham.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Black getting raided by Cream. This is one of those top raids I was talking about. It is 5th versus 3rd, and they're going from the roof, and there's only one player home. This could be like an in and out job, you know, like get in there, blow everything up, go back out. But obviously, they've got to get the TC cut here. So let's hope for dear sake that they can find the TC here.
It's going to be difficult. There's some layer of like pancaking with the jump ups and such, so rocketing won't be most effective. But what is effective is that they are clearing out a lot of these beds early on. They were caught on the back foot here. We're Team Black. Their rooftop access completely gone. Those beds should be cleared, or you could just wait, actually bait it out, right? Maybe someone misclicks on a spawn, spawns up top onto the roof naked, gets cleared, and then they're on bag timer. So very good approach coming up from Dreamchick here on this raid. Now they're actually just drilling down into the core of the base.
They always love to do stuff like this, cause a bit of drama. And you know, the interesting thing is, I mean, I was just thinking, you know, Black obviously had one player back at home. Now, he must have the most boring time whilst playing this game, right? He's just sat there on his phone, scrolling through Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and all of a sudden the screen starts shaking. But it's actually the most important role for the team, right? Because he's going to be the one to communicate to all of his teammates. By the way, guys, we're getting absolutely hammered here. We need to get back. And it looks like Black have already started to make work on trying to defend. There's someone getting up towards the roof. Creamchick have started to sort of fade away. Only one player left. Oh, 2-1 outside, 1 inside.
Defended this one, right? Creamchick came in top down, and they've lost out on most of their members. Oh, Vax has to be careful. 2 members of Creamchick now coming in. 2-for-1 peek, and he's not even aware. So
fantastic.
there was some good control at the moment, but now Creamchick are back in. You can see Black now respawning. Kaid is here as well, but they have lost out on their roof spawn. A lot of beds on the inside as well. Their core is exposed here, but at the very least they slowed them down, even turned off a lot of these turrets with their ratings so far.
Yeah, I've got to give a lot of credit to Black there though, because I think the sheer speed they arrived, you know, they were probably doing to raid someone or whatever they were doing, and they've arrived back here now to try and to defend, and they did a good job the first wave of attacks, but Creamchick don't go down easily, and I think their ego's a bit hurt at what just happened, so they're going to stay on that base. But here's Latam still happening there. That's where Black were, yeah, okay. So it's interesting because Creamchick were there obviously with Black and Latam at XP's base. Black must have caught well, no, not Black. Cream Chip must have figured out that Black is at Latam. But Black have left one man back at Latam's base. So it's a one-man raid, 1v3 at the moment. Within seems to be doing a very good job.
Yeah, he might be just be holding on to all the boom and trying his best to survive. Looked like the defenders were doing a decent job. They had enough spawns where they felt comfortable keeping them, keeping one person back. If he does go down, of course, that'll make a 5th defender available for them at the very least. For LATAM, they can definitely utilize this time, and looks like clear out their base. We're hearing the repairs going off as well. So things were looking a little bit dire there for the LATAM side. But the simple fact that Black end up getting raided. Oh, speaking of another big raid, that's DMA, our 2nd place team now. It's Team Meow. So at this point, you know, we have so few teams actually remaining right now. The top 5 teams are actually raiding each other.
Oh, well, it makes it it's the exciting part of the day, to be honest. This is the most exciting part. Interesting. I've never seen that before. But wow, okay. New. But either way, it looks like Flossie still survive another day because Meow have gone to raid DMA, which means DMA have wasted 30 minutes of their time in a big tower not finding a TC. That is brilliant. That is fantastic. And the real winners here of the hearts must be Flossie, if they survive till the end anyway. Flossie, absolutely amazing stuff. But, you know, it's... Oh, Bowley have looked like they've kept Travata at bay, maybe?
Yeah, looks like mostly of a defense. 2 players of Triviati actually running in right now. You got 2, 3 players almost at the rooftop here. Triviati still holding down. Great communication coming up from Bali here. Not taking any chances on this one defender up top. Oh, excuse me, 1 raider up top. And so they go for the trade. It's a 1-for-1. They still have 2 people up and 1 bleeding out on the ground. So Bali with a nice defense on the raid so far. They just need to repair up and, you know, get all that loot home. Right now, back over at Black's base, Cream Chick are still inside right now. So they might actually have to call Women in for this defense. C4 going off here. Kai only 1 up for Black currently.
And I hear a lot of boom. I see a lot of explosions. And they've actually, yeah. I mean, I feel sorry for Black. I thought they did it right. I thought they got it done, but then all of a sudden Cream Chick pop up again. Obviously they had like a raid floor outside, and now it means that Black are going to have to defend, and LATAM will be able to rebuild completely. Maybe even LATAM go for Cream Chick. Who knows? Crazy plot twist.
Armored door in the hallway here. This could be it. We'll see in just a moment. No, I got baited. I saw a semblance of something through that smoke, but there's another armored door here.
2nd TC on camera of the day. Will it be? It can't be that obvious. Surely not. No, it isn't. I was going to say, if they put it there, then just make it obvious. Like, make it stand out.
You have to remember that they basically went top down through the core. So, I mean, it looks like it could be obvious, but also like it's deep within the bowels of this base. So, you know, you're trying to find any kind of indicator, right, to try to get the sense of the logic of the base builder. And so I don't fault them for that whatsoever. But Cream Chick now, another armored door to go through, and I think that's where you do place a lot of invest a lot of your boom into.
Yeah, definitely. And see here now, more boom coming through. That's going to be a nice little peak veiled here. And okay, 1 more door. Let's see what's going to happen. Won't be behind. It's just going to be more doors to expose. Black are one of those top teams. They're not going to make it easy for you. And as you can see, the Rustoria colours.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you know, try to get a sense of the logic of the base builder, but we had a double door that just went absolutely nowhere. I thought maybe it was a jump up, it wasn't even a jump up. So maybe there is no logic to it. Maybe the best way to approach it is to take out Team Black. That's gonna be Cream Chick finally getting it. And this was such an odd approach to the raid, right? Because they started top down, they started coring until they got to this hex core, and then from there they just kind of had to like freestyle the raid. But that is a huge pickup. That was one of our top 4 teams going down. That's Cream Chick now with that TC, putting them within about 15 points of DMA. really, really tight gathering of teams here in our top three. And that's not even considering Team Meow, Triviati, Compot, all above 200 points.
No way.
So there's still plenty of time here. And we know, of course, that DMA, right? We're getting rated a little bit earlier on. While they were rating Flossie, Demon, what are you doing here?
Yeah, Flossie now coming on the offensive. Fair enough. I mean, they must think their base is invincible. Two teams have nearly died whilst they're being in their territory. That's a great jump. Oh, he's a parkour artist, it seems. Okay, that was that. Well, I don't really know what the point of that was, but nice.
Great defense, yay! All right, RVG now getting rated by Kittens over here, but RVG have, what is that, 3 members inside, 1 person about to get cleaned up by Eternity on the outside. Kittens are well within, but a defender is there, Tom Cruise, ready to clear that one out. So possible defense coming out for them.
Yeah, it's gonna be, that's a clean floor. There's nothing on that floor. That's just that. Oh.
And it looks like this is going to rely upon what hallways in the shell of the base to try and hide that. This is the Kittens raid platform here, and RVG still running in from the outside. So Kittens might have done some decent work at the very least in the infrastructure of RVG's base, taking out a lot of the spawns. Where the hell is the compound? Like, there's an entire side of the compound just gone.
Well, I mean, I can make many guesses where it's gone. It has something to do with it. Rocket launcher as well. But yeah, they're looking to try and get a raid here, which would, oh yeah, they're already first. I mean, this would probably be a good push for the final stretch to win the event here if they get this raid, I think.
Saving grace right now is that they do still have control, RVG do, of the rooftop because of that turret placement. So the raiders have to go to the shooting floor, have access into the base as they climb back on in. And I think they learned that lesson well on the Kittens side, not approaching that whatsoever. But once they get in, what is their approach? It looks like some C4 is still going off at the very least, going down to get some headway here in the base, but for the time being, RBG have a pretty solid chance, I would say, of defending if they, closed up the doors.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you close your doors? It's the easiest, simplest thing to be able to do. Just stop leaving open doors, go one by one. Don't try and run through a set of doors at once. Make sure you take the time to close them. And you'd hope that the TC when the doors they open, they're on. Surely not now. Look, honeycomb on the outside. 2x2 it seems like in the inside.
That's
this the core, so could be anywhere. Core, yeah, honeycomb could just be for misinformation to set people away.
That's been non-stop C4 for Team Kittens here. So K's been putting in some work inside the base. So RVG, now things look very dire for them. Where the hell? The rest of the defenders gone, and it looks like a lot of them spawning in from outside bags. So finally, we have a small reprieve in Boom, but never mind, it's not going to last that long.
Yeah, there's no peace here. Every door's open, by the way. Every single garage door up to the actual loot box place. One player just runs up, they have a free kill, and all the that would probably come defense completely. Obviously,
He's alive. He can close up.
Nope. He didn't he just ran away with his Here come Kittens. Here he comes. And they're not going to go down. I want them to go down to the loot floor, clear it out. But it doesn't seem like anyone's going to get there. This is where it needs to be taken away now. That's where they're getting the the supplies from. They're restocking in that room. Raid easier than needed. That's how they're going to do it. Get rid of the loot that they need to stop.
And they know
the
that,
defense.
you know, time, of course, always works together. So they're trying to be as fast as possible. Bali was looking to try and counter, but it looked like it was a 1-for-1 exchange on the outside. So Bali are eyeing this up. They're not too far away from the space, so they can come in for the counter. Here's Damon once again. Yeah, get back to your base. Start defending, at the very least. Never mind, he doesn't even care about his base. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to try and counter this. 1v5, 1v10.
You gotta love him, hopping up around the map. He's everywhere, and you know, I like the spirit. You know, we're not gonna win the event. Let's try and get a 40-point raid, put ourselves on the map, or at least be on the stream. And oh look, he's getting game. Oh my word! Oh, he ended up dead. Poor Damien.
Yeah, he's just been living that grub life, an entire grub life, trying to get anything going at this point. Kittens though, nonplussed with that attempt. Oh no! He spawned in. I think the C4 went down right before he spawned in, and then he opened that door. Very unfortunate. Now running out of what? This is about 4 more beds to go down, and ostensibly a little bit more. Oh, I think one of the raiders just tried to die. Oh no! Did he actually blow himself up? That's unfortunate, but. Oh, there's a turret up top. Okay.
You mentioned that earlier. You know, you said the turret placement at the top will give Roost control.
Well, there's the Jenny for the turret, so they now have full control over the roof.
They could have took the generator before going onto the roof, but Rush players, you know, they don't seem to do things the traditional way. They just want to go in with AK-47s and get some kills.
All right, Eternity. He's alive. He needs to defend. It's going to be a 1v4, I think. With a few members of Kittens running back on in. Actually, a lot of members of Kittens actually running back in. Fighting's on the outside, Eternity on that rooftop. He has to remember that his turret is not up. He's not going to be watching his back. So he's keeping an eye on that. More C4 going down. I'm wondering if he's just griefing and throwing that away.
Wow, that is.
And then Untitled came in out of nowhere. I mean, that was a smart move to take out K, but he wasn't expecting the 2v1 at the end there.
Flossy all there as well, no? Wow. Here we have Latam. This time, Cream Chick. Oh yeah, Cream Chick have taken out Black. They didn't quite get the XP raid, and I think they're just going to be like, okay, we didn't get the XP raid. You took it off us. It's your fault. We're going to take it out on you. They've already took it out on Black, and they've got Black dead. Now they're trying to take it out on Latam, who are 8th place. So that's not ridiculous at all. And they're outside at the moment. They're going to get rid of some of the exterior, and then they're going to probably break into the interior and go on the inside that they did with Black.
Nice little defense coming out from Latam, though. You saw Dimitri up top and Yato actually able to take out one of the raiders on the outside. Fax is there covering the body for the time being. Pops on the other side. Well, oh, nice little beam there coming up from Yato. Take one more out. So Latam's really slowing down this raid by quite a bit. So Dream Chick going to have it worked out for them on this raid right now. You can see 3 members spawning back on the raid platform. Hamster holding it down for his squad. For the time being, though, Cougar is still working his way on the outside, and this is one of the foundational things you need to learn about a raid. You need to get people on the outside, and that is what Cougar is doing. He is proving invaluable, but now Dream Chick have turned their entire focus on that outside defender. Cougar takes out one before he falls. At the very least, he gave his body for the play. That's going to allow Latam to try and push out, but you can't just die for free like that.
Yeah, you got to at least trade, especially in these situations. You're just going to allow more boom to hit the walls. Lil Pixax the inside. He's going to the roof there for Cream Chick. Yato's on the outside there. Whether he has any loot there, it could have been an outside bag spawn. And he could be out of luck with any guns. But Lil Pixax the inside the base, it seems, at the moment. He's actually gone in there, and he's going to try and get some boom out. Yeah, there he is. And he's just, oh, he's like a dispenser of boom, it seems. He's just spitting out C4.
You can go right through the walls here.
He's knocking at the door.
Ooh, close it up. Close it up in time,
What?
Cougar.
Why is he throwing? Oh, okay, I was gonna say. I thought it was a Latam player. I was about to go. Whoa, what's going on? They had a truce call. Something here. Yeah, Cougars through the door, and it looks like this raid now. Cream Chick have already got inside, and it's going to be quite difficult to defend Cream Chick when they're inside the base. I think that's one of the things that you can't do left inside.
We have Gate up top. Top's actually getting a little higher there. Some semblance of repairs coming out. Cream Chick clearing out, I think, one more defender here. So now we have Latam starting to spawn in on outside bags. That is a bad sign when you're a defender. Yato is still on the bottom of the base, though. The Sunshine is there as well. So they at least still have players in the base, but they have to be very wary of their timing. Low pick now going for just a drill down here. We'll see if they actually come up with something. I mean, I like this approach, right? Whenever a team gets to the end of a hallway, they just end up drilling down. That's a very solid approach when it comes to it.
Yeah, and here we are with Lil Pick. He needs to pick the right door. And that would not be a little bit, that'd be a large pick to put them. Yeah, put them top of the league. Obviously that's what they want to try and do, but he's just ended up down a hole. Nowhere. I wonder if he can actually get out of this hole. He's just gonna be trapped in the base.
Is he out of ladders? No, okay. He still has ladders at the very least. They've come prepared. They've come prepared, which is good to see coming out from Cream Chick that, you know, going into what, their fourth, fifth raid of the day, that they keep their minds and wits about them. Come in with 2-3 stacks of ladders going through this base.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen it before where people have been stuck down holes. And they just wait there. They just sit there like waiting ducks. And someone either comes to kill them, or who knows what happens. A teammate comes to the savior. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen here, because I think Cream Chick get this raid, it puts them in a very, very good position to win, especially with the amount of time left. DMA and Meow are also doing some work. I've seen Meow Meow against DMA on that over on the other side, whether that's been defended or not. That's going to add points to DMA, but Cream Chick is working the way on in there. Two other raids going on in the north east side of the map, yeah, northeast. I'm just trying to do me compass there in my head. And it's RVG and Kittens. Whose base is it?
Yeah, this is RVG's base, I believe.
Oh, RVG.
And they're still...
Kittens have just made it their own.
Yeah, they're still trying their best to stand up against Kittens and a member of Flossie. A different member of Flossie this time around, actually. Get involved. I think everyone has given up on that Flossie base at this point, right? Yeah, so Flossie are just running around, just playing 1v5s everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, one at Kittens, one at Cream Chick, one at DMA. Wait, it actually worked. We have seen some crazy, ridiculous attempts for it at 1v5 where people have gone to base when no one's home and just tried to solo raid. It's never worked, at least in my time playing. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do it.
I mean, if you can bring up the scoreboard, right? Like, they have to go for a Hail Mary play. And yeah, they're at 134 points. They're basically 200 points down from Kittens. They need to steal 5 raids. Yeah, they need to steal 5 raids. You've got 5 players. You know, if 5 players can steal 5 raids, that's 200 points. But there it is. Kittens successfully taking that one away. And take a look at the lead now, Ped, that they've got over Cream Chick.
72. Well, no, not 72 points, but yeah, it's a fair few points, that, isn't it? It's to catch up to that now. Cream Chick needs to get a raid in the next couple of minutes and then try and get another raid. I think, you know, it's a lot of kills to get that to try and catch up them, because Kittens are also not going to stop trying to kill people. I think for now they've got that raid. For Kittens, probably just go around and start killing people, get some kill points up on the board. They need to go for another raid now. Unless Kittens get raided, I think they're probably winning this event right now. Obviously, it's never that easy. It's never that easy, but they have a strong chance, let's just say.
Yeah, the safe thing would be leave one person at home, 4 people go out, just counter all the raids. Just get those 4 people securing 1 or 2 PvP kills here or there and maintain this comfortable lead right now that they have. 64 points, so that's TC and what, like 14 kills that they'll need to get at the very least for Cream Chick to catch up. DMA have a chance, but Meow are basically out of this unless they somehow come in with 2 miracle TC snipes in the last 17 minutes here of the raid phase.
And as we see here, Cream Chick still trying to get into the interior of the base. Well, they're in the interior, but just trying to get the corridors clean. At the moment, they've still got a lot of doors to go. They've got 16 minutes. They need to be quick if they want to catch up to Kittens, who currently have like a 64-point lead on them. So, yeah, they've got a lot to do. They have a lot to do here, and they haven't got the most time available to do it. But, if there's anyone who can do it, it's Cream Chick. These guys are experienced players. As I've mentioned, Latam, though, still not giving up, it seems, on the defense. They want to survive until the end here. They are being stubborn. They don't want to go quickly. But Cream Chick will still try and get this race until the end of time.
They still have a lot of hallways to get through at this point, and it seems like they might have run out of C4, so that's slowing them down immensely, having to go one by one, rocket by rocket, through these doorways. And so you get to see the efficacy of that kind of base attack when it comes to defending base invaders. Great timing out from Sunshine there. Here's the rocket, goes for the Chow when he's stuck changing weapons essentially, and now things are looking worse and worse. We're hearing some repairs coming out from Latam as well, and so it seems like a lot of the effort going into this base going to waste. Cream Chick all on the outside now. Compot coming in for the counter as well. Things are looking more and more dire. This is looking closer and closer to just a secured victory for Team Kittens.
Yeah, I mean they've done a good job. To be honest, they came from below and they're now at the top. DMA, why have they retained, man? Why have they even bothered? They didn't do it last time. They couldn't find it last time. I don't know whether they're going to find it again, to be completely honest with you. But here we go. Going down all these stairs. This is massive. Oh my word. It's... Oh,
this is the gambler's fallacy, right? I already put so much into this base, I have to keep going, right? Like, I'm gonna hit soon. I'm gonna hit soon.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. Just don't know when to say no, do they? And now Flossie also have the guns back as well. They've gone and relooted. So Flossie are going to be defending. They haven't done a very good job at defending any team, but
Oh, ships passing in the night there. Toffee actually passing by Flop. So Flop on the Lurk actually has a decent chance on the defense here. DMA.
Holy,
a lot of members in. Bolly's in here.
Well, not anymore. He was there for a brief period. He's quickly deposited. We have our good friend Demon down the bottom. What's he doing, I wonder? He sat in a corner cowering. But oh yeah. He's like Casper the Ghost. He just disappeared through the door and he's out. Where is he? What's he doing? Is he even in the base?
I think he might have just got cleaned up.
Is he AFK? Is he moving? Is he okay?
Yeah, no. He's right in proper AFK outside of his base right now.
Demon, we're getting shot at, Demon. Get back!
We're getting raided. Get on.
He's gone for the toilet, gone to get a drink, gone to tea. Who knows what he's doing?
No, that's just confidence in the base, right?
Yeah, like, we don't even need to defend.
I don't need to defend you. We're good.
I reckon it'll be up here somewhere. I don't know why, but I just feel like it's up here. They're playing cat and mouse with each other. Look, cat and mouse through the windows. Topic and Flop.
Oh, Topic. With the jump peak. 48 HP. Wide swing and he wins. Flop. Raid defended.
That was fantastic. Oh, you've got to love the tomfoolery going on in these games. It is crazy. But there's Kittens. Oh my word, they're coming with strength. I'd be scared if I seen that. Look at them. It's like the Power Rangers. All four of them.
This is never a good sign. This is like
in a diamond
things
formation.
You don't want to see, right? When you're seeing like the rocket roams in snow, full metal coming around, you're like, oh, I think we're getting raided. They are not out in complete force. There's 4 members of Kittens here. Wondering where the fifth member is. Might be crafting boom back at home, and they'll fly it in. But yeah, they're setting up Team
Oh
Kittens.
dear.
I love this. I love this. They are well and comfortably in the lead, right? They have 70 points over Cream Chick, and they're like, we're still gonna go, and we're gonna go for the next base now. So this is gonna be what, the fourth team to have a go at Flossie's base?
Yeah, I mean, when you see a team with Nikita, mate, they're never going to stop fighting, you know? Nikita's a warrior. But I don't, you know, some warriors can't beat a base like this. Bolly's coming from behind there. XIV. He's going to be able to... Oh, and Flossia there as well on the outside. Jeff. XIV's going from behind. Jeff's... Don't know where Jeff's going, to be completely honest with you. But they're over there with something. Saint and Jeff. Oh, well, sorry, Jeff, but... Kittens have announced their arrival. I like XIV here. He's sneaking up behind them. Gonna try and get some kills. Maybe try and get rid of the raid.
I was gonna say, like, the setup, the positioning for this raid platform is a little bit iffy because you have all of these angles that counterers can come from, and Bali have an opportunity. I love this lord so far. Oh, good weapon discipline, and until he starts taking the fire at K, and the M2 is there to finish him off. That's why he needed to wait a little bit longer, because I feel like if he just kept playing that position, Bali could have snuck a few more members in and had free reign over that raid platform and taken over.
The only thing I question though is Bolly also came before that. Oh no, they're actually there. Okay, no, I didn't even know they were there because obviously they came with one person. They died, and obviously now they've returned, but possibly just a little scouting job. They know where kittens are now, at least. You hope the communication's right. Joseph's running right in there like a schoolboy at lunchtime. I don't really know if he's got a plan. Kittens are... Joseph, what are you doing, Joseph?
Oh,
Joseph.
He didn't hear him. Unfortunate timing there for him.
Yeah, I mean, I still think he was a bit rash there running in. He didn't really look around and check his corners. Right into the middle, right into the action, and it's almost like, you know, a scene out of a movie where you got people hiding behind the trees and the rocks ready to jump out at you. Yeah, but I can't see Flossie getting raided personally. Flossie going to stay here until the end. Let's dream.
That was almost huge by Bali, by the way. Oh wait, that's huge. That's huge. That's what, 3-4 members of Kins that just spawned in on their bags. They are on timer now. Flossie with another raid defense.
Jeff!
I keep moving forward is the last spawn, I believe, on this platform. He just needs to find the boom and he can clear this out.
I don't think he has the boom. I think that's the problem.
No, he's got C4.
Oh no, he does. He does. I thought he was going to sit behind that rock and wall there and just get his gun ready and just go for a rampage. But no, he will defend the raid. Well done, Jeff. I mean, now they've got to defend Bolly. But there's the bed's gone. All the loot's now disappeared. And, well, that is crazy stuff. And now Bolly can look to raid that. But either way, that's the fun at Flossie. Who's this?
It's
Cream Chick. And Triviata.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we were talking about, right? Setting up that raid platform inside of that rock formation. You leave yourself vulnerable to so many angles. The counterers came in. Flossie were able to go, not Flossie, Bali. Some great trades for Flossie, allowing them to get the raid defense points. Well, I don't even know if they got raid defense points because the boom didn't actually start for them. But they at least got PvP kills. And I feel like for Team Flossie, it's only been raid defense points.
Not even in the top 8. It's been raided so many times, and yeah, just not working for them. It's still dead last, it seems, in the leaderboard. But oh well, as long as they stay alive, you know, it's a bit of fun of itself, isn't it? Just keeping yourself alive for the whole event. You know, I'm sure if they recorded it, they could make it probably a viral TikTok of what's just happened in their base, to be honest. But absolutely brilliant stuff. And new Cream Chick, it'll be such a mad raid. Cream Chick, obviously, you know, they've done the same thing to Black, and I'm pretty sure what's happened here, just the damage that's happened. I'm sure Cream Chick were out raiding, and someone's came, Triviatas came, and they've raided. Well, they started to raid Cream Chick whilst they were at another raid. So that looks like to me, that's what it looks like's happened. The roof down, same sort of way, you know, Cream Chick worked at Black. So I mean, if Cream Chick get raided here, it's just a bit of karma, isn't it?
Triviata working on the top down, but you can see the ankle biter peaks actually proving quite useful. See how they're trying to avoid the positioning of a lot of the defenders here, keeping most of the team onto one side. But I mean, I didn't even see these ankle biter peaks initially until I saw the gunfire coming out from them. So you see how effective they are right now. as one of the Raiders ends up going down. So Dreamcheck slowly mounting a defense here, but they still have a lot to go. You can see another scoring opportunity coming out of these Raiders so far, but you got to get kind of lucky when you take an approach like this.
Yeah, yeah, of course. But Meow also turning up. It seems they've got themselves a nice little. That's a perfectly spherical wall. I've got to give some credit to the placement of those walls. So spherical. It's almost like a Roman building. But Meow have turned up, and now he's took the helicopter and he's off. Where's he going to go with that helicopter? I wonder. Is he going to go to the roof?
They want to
Is he going to go to the roof? He's going to go to the roof on his own.
What I'm wondering is like, why? Oh no! Here's your Heli back. Nice shots coming out from Hamster there, but that raid platform, there were 10 beds on there for some reason. So don't know exactly what's going on this raid platform for Meow. Yeah, 10 beds. 10 beds. This is a 5v5. I don't know. Math ain't adding up here.
Yeah. Well, it's all the beds from the hotel that had no beds in. Flossy.
Oh, true.
They've run away with the beds. They've stole them. That's where the beds went from the hotel. There we go. We've figured it out. But here's Meow. They're going to try and go in from... Are they going to the roof? Yep. They look like they're going to the top through the ladders.
Yeah, they lost their Heli.
Yeah, they can't fly up anymore. But Hamster's got 2 of them now. He finally dies after killing 3 players from that team. Meow are on the roof as finally. Baby Baba Yaga, he's up there.
He came in. Same one. The ankle biters coming in once again. That's facts coming in for that cleanup. I love this design. It's
disgusting. Like, I mean, it's so hard to get a shot through that as well. You know, or to even expect it. I mean, if you've not been there before and you've not died before, you know, you don't even expect that to happen. I don't think I've ever seen that used before, to be completely honest, in any Base Invaders event.
Yeah, it's hard to go for like some of the more intricate designs, right? You just want to go for like a bog standard base where you get your core, you get all your doors down and such. And a lot of times things like the ankle biters kind of go to the wayside. You want to make sure like you have your foundation set, right? The foundation of your base, the solid floor plan, having the shooting floor. And then a lot of times things like those ankle biters just go to the wayside. But we've seen how successful that can be when you're defending. Little pick trying to run away. I don't know. Maybe he had some loot on him. But he ends up going down to a defender here. Yeah, that is DMA's base.
Well, yeah. I mean, don't really know what was going on there, to be honest. But Little pick's made work of. So DMA is safe. Oh, a lot more raids going up at the top of the map. Flossy still getting hit with Boom. Who'd be surprised? Now it's Triviata. How many teams want to try Flossy's base? I mean, it's almost like a dungeon, right? It's almost like the Minotaur's dungeon, where all these different, you know, these different Hercules characters are going in to try and fight the Minotaur, and they all come out empty-handed. But Flossy are going with a different approach. Let's blow this thing to smithereens.
Yeah, you're trying to hit raid dungeon level 100 here. No, yeah. This is another attempt by a different
final
squad.
Boss.
Absolutely absurd. And they're just going full bore. They've got 3 minutes left to go, so it's all about tempo for them. They're just going to blow through walls. Some players are actually here for defense. They might have got some trades, some rocket PvP as well. And as soon as this raid started, it was over.
Yeah, Flossy are the best team in this tournament by a mile. You've got to respect it. They've held off pretty much all of the top 8 teams. Like, everyone's been there. Bolly's took a trip there. Triviata's been there. DMA, Sex were there for a while at the start.
I think Black, Dreamcheck. I don't know. So many squads.
Everyone's been there to have a wander. Here's who's that? Ash. Hello, Ash. He's looking to get on Kitten's nerves. Yeah, on his own. Not seen Compot actually since the start of the event. They've disappeared. Good to see them still active.
I'm trying to remember if they got a TC or not. Well, 2 minutes remaining here now, and ostensibly it's going to be the Kitten's win unless, you know, Creamchick comes up with something huge. But right now they are 61 points behind So in 2 minutes, they need a TC and about 21 PvP kills. This is looking quite difficult for Team Cream Chick. It should be Kittens to walk away with a victory today.
Yeah, yeah. Cream Chick were defending last we seen of them, and oh, what's going on here? Sort of
Wait,
getting
this is the
talked
Kittens
to.
base.
Yeah, this Kittens player looking for-
Parlay.
That was like one of the olden days war takeouts. That was cruel. That was a proper like beheading outside the base. I don't know what we've just witnessed, to be honest. I think we need to report it, but that was, yeah, fair enough.
All right.
But here we are again, Compot's base. Kittens are actually at Compot's base. Maybe that's why they were sending players around to Kittens to give him a talking to. But yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, for Kittens, remember, they just got wiped over at Flossie's base, but they still have Boom. This is absurd that they've snowballed this hard that with a minute left to go, they still have Boom, and they're returning for another raid. Don't know if they'll get anything, but they'll at least be able to pat their stats. You know, most Boom used, most structures destroyed, and everything.
Compot's going to lose some walls. They've got 30 seconds. I mean, you've got to be able to defend this, you know. You've got to be able to defend it, but Kittens have well and truly won this event. That's confirmed. You know, someone sends a nuke at their base and disintegrates it into happens in a short amount of time. It would have to be a very, very, very lucky hit on a C4 time, but we'll end on the Compot defending their base. Foley popping up in the background just to be on the camera. What an event that was. What an event that was. That was really, really exciting for the majority of the event. And I think, you know, Kittens definitely deserve that win there, especially when Nikita has 116 kills. Wow.
Yeah, that's insane here in fives. I mean, he has double the kills as I keep moving forward. But Kittens, I think, like you mentioned, with Nikita really leading the charge, they just never stopped. It looked like they were always moving from raid to raid. There was very little downtime throughout the 90 minutes of raid phase. So they utilized every single minute, and they needed to, because take a look at how close the top five were before Kins finally took the lead there at the end. I mean, Cream Chick were well within their rights to be able to catch up. At the end of the day, they were only, what's that, 55 points off. So Cream Chick were catching up. If it weren't for that last TC that Kins were able to take, Cream Chick had a huge opportunity to possibly get it. DMA unfortunately fell into the pit traps of Team Flossie's base at the end there, and they ended up wasting a lot of time on Flossie's base. And so they fall to third, but um, I believe DMA was that first squad that we wanted to keep an eye on because they were sizing up Team NATO, and they had that early 100 some odd points coming out from the attack phase because of their control over the hard point and the PvP that they were getting from NATO. But ultimately, they fell a little flat because of the unsuccessful raid over at Flossie. But still, I mean, it was a fantastic day.
Yeah, I think Flossie have won a space in our hearts. If I'm being completely honest, you know, just for that that defense, you've got to you know see it how you say it. And there was some good teams. There was some really good teams who provided some amazing entertainment, some really stupid moments, and some absolutely great rust action. But you know, you've got to give credit. I want to see how many defenses actually that Flossie had, because I don't think they raided once. I think they were just constantly under the attack. And to work the way through the teams, the one I'm most interested about, not even interested about Kittens as the winner, I'm interested about Flossie. I want to see how many defenses they had. 7 raid defenses! 7 raid defenses! There you go. And it wasn't even by the fact they killed the raiders. They had very little kill points. And basically, well, nearly a minus 2 KD, but the thing there is their base was that well built that no one could find the TC, and we'll never know where it was.
Yeah, we have to remember, with the, what is it, 90 minutes in raid phase, 30 minutes in attack phase, over the course of 2 hours, they were averaging less than a kill per minute, despite having so many raids at their base. So it wasn't effectiveness of lives, it was effectiveness of the base that allowed them to at least survive till the end. And that is definitely a moral victory you take at the end of the day. And hey, my base survived 7 raids and lived for an hour and a half in Base Invaders up against some amazing EU players.
I want to see them come back and do the same again.
I
Honestly, I want to see them do the exact same thing every time, every single event. Do it in the NA event tonight. I want to watch it back. Do every single event from now. Build the exact same base design and see when someone actually gets it. That should be it, like a mini game in itself. Take down the base. You've got like half an hour. Put the base up. It was ridiculously good, but how they've managed to build that in such a short time as well, it's crazy.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, that's what we're always screaming for here at Base Invaders, especially in like caster chat. It's like, hey, we want to see a change up in the meta. It's been the same kind of two base designs, right? Advent calendars or hallways, and then maybe the third was the quote unquote unrateable base, right? The statistically unrateable base with all the hallways, and the offshoots and the longer pathways. But this one, where instead of building for chunkiness, you build for height, and it worked. So this might be a nice little shakeup in the meta. We'll see. Team Flossy definitely giving us food for thought at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, the end of the day, indeed, for Europe, but not for North America. There will be another event happening later on this evening. I believe it 7:30, around 7:30 BST. So make sure that you get yourselves ready for more action in the North American event. But for you, big thank you to Ian for producing today. Big thank you for Jamerson and the whole team for getting us here. And obviously all the players as well for that fantastic stuff. But the biggest thank you of all goes to you viewers. Thank you for watching this stream here in the afternoon. We will see you very, very shortly for the end of it. Have a good one.